Welcome back to the channel, y'all. Today we're going to be working on this and trying to make it look a little better. Maybe it'll look more like this whenever I get through. This right here is my daddy's new to him GMC pickup. Even though it has a Chevrolet grill, it's a GMC. 4-door, 4-wheel drive, 1 ton, as you can tell. Done been working on it a while, just hadn't been filming. Cleaned and adjusted the brakes. It had brand new brakes on it. Brake shoes, they just was out of adjustment. So got them cleaned and adjusted. The wheel seal on the passenger side was bad, so I replaced wheel seal. Drove it, and then the old metal line had a bunch of dirt around it and caused it to rot. So therefore, blow the metal line. So working on that. I'm going to be getting a fuel gauge work. I got to take out the instrument cluster. He wants it converted to standard. It's in metric. This truck come from Montana, so I don't know if maybe it was in Canada before then or what, but the oil pressure gauge and the heat gauge and all that's in like metric. Is Celsius and some other nonsense. But anyway, get that changed over. New to him bumper, put a winch and winch bumper on it, put a different bed, one that fits this truck. This one that ain't so wide, ain't so long. This bed on here right now is 11 foot. So let's see what else. Oh yeah, get the fuel tanks to where they both work instead of only one of them. But yeah, let's get this party started and see what all we can accomplish. Okay, as you can clearly see here, got a whole bunch of dirt and junk right up here, that wet spot between the frame and the cross member there. It was all built up on top of the cross member, and the see where the line's rotted, rusty. It's just enough that whenever I really hit the brakes hard, it blowed the line. And so anyway, I got the old death wheel here. I'm fixing to chop her in two and put in a new piece of line. A new line, new everything. See if I can't get this knocked out pretty quick. Well, I got the new line in, and while I'm under here, I'm going to replace the fuel tank selector valve. Got a new one here. Maybe we can get both tanks to working on this thing. All right, I need a little help. Got it plugged in. I'm gonna make sure that was a problem. What I need y'all to do is see if you can hear this thing make a noise, click, run a cycle or whatever for me. Now I have that back in, I'm going to start bleeding the brakes and see what else I can work on. That really wasn't that bad of a job. If I'd have known it was pretty well that simple, I might would have done that on my own truck. I always just run one tank or drill a hole in both tanks and run a hose from one to the other like a semi truck with the gravity flow. But live and learn, I guess. Another thing I had to do to this whole thing was had to take the carburetor apart and clean it. It's got old carburetor on it, and after doing a little research, Edelbrock bought out Carter. So this is practically the same carburetor that's on my 83 blue Chevrolet, but mine's a Edelbrock and this is a Carter. It says Carter AFB on it. Anyway, let's get some brake fluid in this thing and get them bled. All right, I got all the old homemade U-bolts out of it. Now I got to get the liquid wrench here. Oh, and get up and under here. Got to get these bolts out, cut this off where they extended the frame. Got the old liquid wrench right here. See if I can't do this without burning my barn down. See, I got the frame cut. Well, not the actual frame, but anyway, you see where they extended the frame. Got that cut. Done that on both sides. All right, so got the old chain horse hooked up to it. Look under here. Yep, as you can see, she is free. Free falling. So it's not hooked up on the front. I've already checked there. So now the hard part, going out and cranking the tractor. The sucker's got a mind of his own. Some days it cranks good and some days it don't. Anyway, get the old tractor cranked up and get this picked up and set off of here so I can get to cleaning on the frame. Hey y'all, just wanted to come in here. I know this old video's long, but I appreciate the ones of you that's watching it. I actually have about 40 hours tied up in this truck. But yeah, I've got like 5 hours just in videos that I edited through to get it down to this 41 minutes. Y'all leave a comment and tell me what y'all like. I mean, because I'm making this for y'all, more or less. I mean, I do it because I like it, but I want to do it and be successful at it. I don't do a lot of talking because I don't speak well, so, and I know that. But yeah, like I said, I've got over 5 hours of video on this truck. I've got it narrowed down to 41 minutes, and I know that's not an ideal time for YouTube. Most people don't like nothing more than about 15 to 20 minutes. But y'all leave a comment and let me know, like, what would y'all rather me have left out or explain more or whatever, because trust me, I can make a 2-hour video. I just don't know if I can make a 2-hour video that people will watch. But yeah, I appreciate everybody that's watching my videos. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And leave a comment telling me what y'all would like to see better or worse. I mean, because I got farming equipment, hay equipment, logging equipment. I'm just a jack of all trades. So if you'd like to see something or you see something in the background you'd like to know more about, leave me a comment and let me know. Well, I'm going to get off of here and quit jabber-jawing. Let y'all finish watching the video in peace. And I'll catch y'all on the flip side. See, it's kind of a yellow green color, and it's kind of see where it's foamed up there. It's supposed to help kill the rust, and when I paint it, help keep it from coming back. See how it's foamed up there? It looks, oh, you can't hardly see it in the camera, but it's just nasty looking. It's supposed to help kill the rust, because I can't get to every little old spot with a wire brush. So, done that to try to maximize the amount of paint that sticks on there. You know, one thing Probably should have wore gloves. Where it got on my hands, it makes my hands feel like I got stuck my hands in a fire ant bed. As y'all could probably tell in the video, that made a lot of difference. And like places where I wasn't really able to get to, like this. I didn't wire brush none of this. And I'd say 80 to 90% of all the loose rust come off. There's a little bit of grease that didn't come off. But like back in here, in spots, it's down to the clean metal. Man, that's some bad stuff. Like this, I didn't wire brush this at all. My batteries went dead on my grinder, and that come down to the bare metal. Them shocks, remember I washed them a while ago. All I done was sprayed them. I didn't hit them at all with a wire brush. To the inside of the frame, I just kind of went through the motion with a hand wire brush, and it did that good. That ought to make it stick a lot better. All the frame and all painted on the old truck. We picked up this bed last weekend for like less than 400 bucks. It's a 11-foot bed, and I need it to be an 8-foot bed, well, 8'6". So I'm gonna cut out 31 inches. I know that math didn't add up, but anyway, it has a piece of channel back here in the back that's gonna go up against the end of the frame. This, I've measured it like 40 times. Yeah, I've measured it a bunch. I got it figured out in my head. That's why I got it wrote down everywhere so I don't forget it. I'm gonna cut 31 inches out of this, shorten it, do a little bit of work up here on the headache rack where it's got some rusty spots. Wash it down, paint it. But anyway, let's get this party started. I always used the proper tool for the job. We're definitely working with wood here. Oh yeah, that worked so much better. Cut plumb through over to here. I'll take my string and put across there, and I'll just cut this from the top. And it's gonna work out so good. 45-year-old me is doing it this way. 44-year-old me, I'd have took a cutting torch and just went to cutting. And just like that, I got it cut in two. Movie magic. Movie magic, right? Yeah. So anyway, cut the welds, what few welds that was holding. Just slid that back, then I can cut the frame. And that way I don't have the frame cut and welded in the middle. I got that slid back so I can get to the frame to cut it. There's a piece I took out of there. So you see it had that big hole in there where they had a winch or something in there. I don't know what they's doing. Yeah, I cut it right there and take that bottom piece off, weld this back on, wash it, wash it, wash it, whatever you want to call it, and get it painted. Should look like new. All right, here it is. So I start welding on it. It's pretty flush. Got a little bit of gap there. I could trim it here, tighten it up, and then once I get it tacked here, I'll weld it across here, and I'll push this in and get that on there. Yeah. That's what it's gonna look like. All right, let's throw a little water on this thing and see if we can't get some of this old rust and old mold and mildew washed off of it, and get some paint on it. Up there in the front, I'm gonna take a wire brush and knock it down before I paint it too. I would normally use my air compressor and my air gun and just spray it on, but my air compressor's down right now, so that's why I am rolling it on, and it actually looks fine. I mean, other than you can't get in quite as many tight spots like up there where the headache rack is, but it all worked out in the end. Got a good thick coat on it. Went all the way around it twice, and then still had enough to be able to do the top of the bed, and all that with about 2/3 of a gallon of paint. So I think it went pretty well. I decided since I'm on well here around these gas tanks, I'd have y'all watching for a fire or explosion or something like that. That way y'all can tell somebody I'm out here. Maybe they can send a wrecker or something. Alright, y'all, back me up. Stop me when I get it in the right spot. Look at there. It's almost like I knew what I was doing. With it swinging like that, I didn't push it that far. Yep. That's what I'm talking about. I know I don't need to be standing here, safety's sake, but I don't want to bust out the grill either. 20-year-old me would have just picked this up and set it off of here, but 45-year-old me with a previously broken back says just Just use your, woo-hoo, want to flip. Wrong one. There we go. Just use the chain hard. It won't hurt as bad in the morning. Oh yeah, gotta get that dirt all over where we're going. Lay down. Bam! How about them apples? Got that sucker put on there. Got it bolted on. Run me a couple of tacks on it just to keep the bumper from ever sagging. Got that bad lands on there. We've had real good luck with them Harbor Freight winches, me and Hillbilly did. Yeah. Whoever built the old bumper though, they was a crooked son of a gun. They didn't believe in putting stuff in the middle. See this plate? How it's offset? It's like, let's put this D-ring on here. Oh yeah, we still got to put this plate on here. So all that's offset. I didn't realize it until after I got my holes drilled and I put my center of my winch, see my L, in the center of there, center of the truck. So my winch is not lined up with my rollers. It'll be all right. Daddy has any trouble, just, I guess, cut the hole out and move everything over. It just have a big gaping hole over here on this side. Old truck's coming around. All right, y'all, I'm back out here working on my daddy's old square body. Got sick for about a week with old bad head and chest cold, so I didn't do nothing but lay in bed for like 4 days straight. And then when I did get up, I didn't have any energy to do anything. So I'm just not getting out here. Those of you that follow me on Instagram and Facebook know that this video was supposed to come out right now this week, but it's going to be next week. Sorry about that, y'all. Life happens sometimes. Anyway, let me show you what I'm doing, and let's keep this old party rocking on. All right, today what I'm doing, I'm cleaning all the rust off from under these fenders, and I've painted all the way to there. I cleaned all the way to the back side of this like 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago now. When I felt better, I got underneath there and wire brushed the frame, power washed it, and painted it up to here. And then today I have been wire brushing, getting all the old, as much of the rust and all as I could with a wire brush, getting it off the frame, underneath these fender skirts, inner fenders, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, trying to get it all cleaned up before I paint it. All right, got that painted. Now it's time to work on the wheels, get it painted. While this is drying, got to put the shock back on it, or put a new shock on it. And I did ended up painting the spring. It was just aggravating me. So yeah, looks pretty good, I think. Well, one more setback for this old truck. See how we got brand new brake pad on this side? Wore out one on this side. Well, that's from the caliper being stuck. It wasn't able to slide. And whenever the brakes would be mashed and it would squeeze, it would slide just enough, but then it wouldn't free. And this one brake shoe was dragging, or brake pad was dragging. If you ever have that problem whenever you working on anything, it don't matter how new or how old it is. If you have one pad good and one pad wore slap out or half wore out, that's what it is. You got to clean everything. Got to clean everything where it's making connections and make sure it slides good. Yeah. Old rotors wore. I've seen my daddy wear them so much, it wouldn't even be a rotor left. It was just fins on one of his old trucks. He had an 85 four-wheel drive 3/4 ton. He literally wore it down and the brake pad come past the caliper. So, and brakes look fine on it, calipers look fine, rotors look fine. Got it all painted, come over to this side, and now bam, this. But yeah, that's the way this truck's been. Every time I think I got it whooped, I gotta go back to town and get more parts. Oh well, what they can say, job security working on these old trucks. But yeah, all right, time to quit crying, go to town, buy more parts. But yeah, it's got a hole right there, but haven't wire brushed this yet. Got the passenger side done. Well, for a quick fix, I think it'll work. This bolt hole right here, the bolt broke out, so I just left it alone. It ain't going nowhere. That bolt and this bolt come out, so I cut the bad out, shoved this underneath on the top side, cut me a relief right here and let it come out the bottom side. My thinking is, even though the tire's gonna sling stuff this way, the gravity should help pull it out of that little crack right there. I might put some silicone or something in there, I don't know. It's already so rotten in there. But anyway, it's overlapped about an inch, more than my finger, maybe 2 fingers. So, and it's overlapped about that much in the top. So, looks better than a big old gaping hole. Well, now I got it about as clean as I can get it. Got it all up and under here as much as I can with a wire brush. It's harder to get to the frame with the gearbox in the way over here. And the pitman arm and drag link and all, which I wasn't going to paint steering stuff anyway. But anyway, looks a little bit different. Throw some paint on it. It looked 20 years newer. Well, old Carmen came back and paid me a visit. I used to make fun of people that couldn't put these brakes on with these slides and all in there, because I could do it nearly with my eyes shut as a kid. But yeah, today at age of 46, after not doing one for 10 to 15 years, that sucker ate my lunch. I was under here 30 minutes before I figured it out. And then when I figured it out, the other side went on in like 5 seconds. It's crazy. But yeah, y'all watch old Carmen. She's definitely female because she never forgets. Well, got that Facebook Marketplace wet paint look right now. Literally wet paint. Ain't that the way you're supposed to do it when you're trying to sell something on Marketplace? Throw a bunch of water on it so it'll shine. Anyway, looking a lot better. Got to put the mud flaps on, and I might touch up the mirrors. Alright, finally got through with this old truck. Tad's gonna drive it a little while. And I'm gonna put him some toolboxes on the back. He wants some side boxes, put all of his medicine and stuff in for doing his cow work. And I'll have a toolbox across the front, put more stuff in. Yeah, it's a clean old truck for its age. Thank goodness I didn't have to do no interior stuff, because I hate that. I did put a different instrument cluster in. Fuel gauge wasn't working at all, so he bought a new fuel gauge. But yeah, the oil pressure gauge was on KGPs or something like that, whatever that is. And the heat gauge was on Celsius. But yeah. So anyway, went to replace all that, and the daggum bulbs wouldn't, two bulbs light up, and he wants the dash to work where he can see at night, so ended up having to replace it all with a used one I had. Yeah, it's got a little rusty spot there in the floorboard somebody's patched, but yeah, the doors are tight other than rotted on the bottom. I mean, they shut really good. It's a solid old truck. It just needed some work done to it. I got to doing more and more, and the more I done, the more I found I wanted to do, and then I ended up getting sick, so it took me way longer than I was wanting to, but she's done now. Fixing to take her home. Not bad for old $300 and something bed, less than $400. I might have $400 tied up in it. Lights, welding rods, price of the bed, probably $400. Yeah. Right tank, left tank. You see those square bodies, they got the tanks on the frame underneath there, but anyway, I plumbed it all the way through so you don't have to turn around, because nowadays the daggum fuel hose is so short you can't get to it. I don't know that I've ever seen a Chevrolet that was this way, but every GMC with this type of hood, it's always the key to open them. Yeah, just a little small block Chevrolet 350 in it. I'm assuming it's got around 373 gears in it, because I did see a ink pen mark on the rear end. It said 373. I know you could write that for anything. It might have been 373 o'clock somewhere. But anyway, I bet it's a 373 the way it drives and acts. But he don't haul as big of loads as he used to anymore, so 373s will be fine. Yeah. You see, there's no air conditioner components anywhere on this truck. Never has been. It didn't come with air conditioning. Which is great, because my daddy wouldn't have used it anyway. It don't matter if it's blowed ice cold. Yeah. Think she turned out pretty good. Sitting there idling like a dream. Let's go hook this trailer up to it and see how she pulls. Well, we know the four-wheel drive works good now. Truck trailer's parked under that knoll right there on that green grass, and it didn't want to come up the hill. just want to tell everybody thank you for watching the videos. Thanks for everybody that subscribed. I'm nearly to 600 subscribers. I'd like to get to 1,000 this year. So it don't cost nothing. Hit them like buttons and hit them subscribe buttons on my videos. Let's see if I can't get to 1,000. I'm going to put out a few more videos of old Chevrolets and stuff, and probably go back to my Mahindra stuff. But yeah, you never know what I'll be doing. I might be hauling a load of logs before long, who knows. But thanks for everybody that watches my videos. Appreciate it deeply, and I'll catch y'all on the flip side. God bless.